Okay. Hello everyone. Greetings to all. I hope you all are safe and sound at your place. On behalf of whole Kridangan team, I'm wishing you very happy National Sports Day. On this precious day, I welcome to all our guests, our coordinator, our seniors, and all the audience who are with us right now. I request Mr. Rahul Kumar Vani sir, who is the General Sports Manager of Kridangan, to have a few words on this occasion.
थैंक यू आदित्य। नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स डे तो मैं सारे हमारे दर्शकों को राष्ट्रीय क्रीड़ा दिन की शुभकामनाएं देना चाहता हूँ। राष्ट्रीय क्रीड़ा दिन हम लोग सब लोग जानते हैं कि हमारे जो भारत के मेजर ध्यानचंद थे वो उनको हॉकी के जादूगर कहते हैं और उनके जन्मदिन पर हर साल हम लोग पूरे भारतवर्ष में राष्ट्रीय क्रीड़ा दिन मनाते हैं। तो मैं मेजर ध्यानचंद जी के बारे में कुछ कहना चाहूंगा कि मेजर ध्यानचंद जो थे हॉकी के बहुत ही नामचीन खिलाड़ी थे। उसी के साथ उन्होंने अपने पूरे करियर में 400 से लगभग 400 से ज्यादा गोल उन्होंने किए थे। तो इसीलिए उनको हॉकी के जादूगर कहा जाता था। उनके मैचेस आज भी कोई देखता है तो हम लोग सचमुच हम लोगों को वो जो उनको उपाधि हम लोगों ने दी है कि हॉकी के जादूगर, तो वो हम लोगों को ऐसी सही लगती है। तो मैं सारे दर्शकों को और सारे स्पोर्ट्स फेटर्निटी को इस राष्ट्रीय क्रीड़ा दिन की शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। इसी के साथ हमारी जो क्रीड़ांगन कंपनी है उसी के बारे में भी मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि क्रीड़ांगन जो कंपनी है, तो नाम के ऊपर से आपको पता चलता होगा क्रीड़ांगन, क्रीड़ांगन मतलब प्लेग्राउंड। तो हम लोग स्कूल गोइंग चिल्ड्रंस जो है उनके ऊपर हम लोगों ने फोकस किया है और हम लोग स्कूल्स को सर्विस प्रोवाइड करते हैं रिलेटेड टू स्पोर्ट्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से लेके स्पोर्ट्स कोचिंग से लेके सारी चीजें, स्पोर्ट्स रिलेटेड सारी चीजों का हम लोग सर्विस प्रोवाइड करते हैं। तो एक हमारी ऐसी कंपनी है क्रीड़ांगन और इसी का ही हम लोग एक जो शो हम लोग अभी ये आने वाले नेशनल स्पोर्ट डे से मतलब आज से हम लोग शुरू कर रहे हैं, वो है हर महीने में हम लोग एक दिन किसी सेलिब्रिटी प्लेयर के साथ हम लोग आने वाले हैं लाइव और वो प्लेयर की पूरी जर्नी हम लोग आपको बताने वाले हैं। तो आज के राष्ट्रीय क्रीड़ा दिन के उपलब्धि पर हम शुभम जी वनमाड़ी जो है और उनके पेरेंट्स भी है दीपिका वनमाड़ी और धनंजय वनमाड़ी, उनके साथ आज हम लोग आपको मिलने के लिए आ रहे हैं। तो मैं सभी का स्वागत करता हूँ और आदित्य को आगे का कार्यक्रम शुरू करने के लिए अनुमति।
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for this information. On this energetic day, we are going to have conversation with very inspirational personality. Literally, we can say he has conquered the oceans. So, with lot of noise, wherever you are, guys, let's welcome international open water swimmer and Shiv Chhatrapati awardee, Mr. Shubham Vanmali, and his supportive parents who always stood with him, Mr. Dhananjay Vanmali and Mrs. Deepika Vanmali. Most welcome, Mr. Shubham and his parents.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Mr. Shubham sir, we are really excited to know about you and your journey. So, first we just want to know about your childhood and how you grew up.
So, since I am first of all, I would like to thank Kridangan for giving me this opportunity, and it's an honor for me. And my childhood, talking about my childhood, it was revolving around sports in the first place because my father is a national volleyball player, my mother is a national kabaddi player. So, and they had a different outlook towards sports. So, sports was always a part of my journey, my entire life journey. And as a kid in my childhood, I was very much a shy kid and very timid kid. And me entering the water, me starting swimming was because I had asthma, and that's the reason. Like the doctor said that if he has asthma, ask him to swim, which will help him with his breathing and everything. And that's how I started my swimming journey. And we used to go every weekend to BPCL and at BPCL club, and we used to go there as a fun thing. We used to go there just to have fun, and it used to be every weekend. And my main motivation back then to go to that place was the omelette pav, the delicious omelette pav which we used to get at the
Great.
canteen. Yeah, and that's how it started, and now we are here.
Amazing, amazing. So you already belong to the sporty background, right? Like you
Yes,
said.
that's right. Yes.
Yeah. So that how did the idea of swimming came to your mind? Like how?
Yeah. So swimming, like I said earlier, the idea of swimming came in my mind because I had asthma, and that's my swimming journey. That's how I was introduced to water. And my father always believed about like sports, and he always believed that sports can help an athlete and help a person overall. And that's how I
Right, right.
started my swimming journey. Yeah.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much. One more question. Many people think that sports distract students from their studies. And can you throw some lights on that topic? It's a common question.
Obviously.
Many parents think that.
Yeah.
Even my
Exactly.
parents also.
So, like my father always believed, being from the sports background, my father and mother, they both believed that a sports actually develops a person's personality, and it helps in your life to become a stronger human being, a better human being, a nicer human being. And he always said this, and I remember he always said, and he's been asked this question a lot, and I have been asked this question a lot, and he always had this one answer that an athlete studying for 2 to 3 hours a day is equal to a regular student studying the entire day. So
Okay.
yeah, because that develops you, the sports develops you so much.
Develops.
And yeah, that's my outlook towards sports, and everything I have got till now, I have achieved till now. And as I am as a person, it's all because of my sport. Yeah.
Sports. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so that means sports never distracts. It helps to improve our concentration skills.
Yes, just to
Right?
add on, like sports teaches you discipline, sports teaches you how
Ah,
to tackle obstacles, sports teaches you a lot of
right,
moral lessons in the life.
right, right. Nowadays, we saw a lot of people are facing mental health issues. As every day we come to read that suicide cases. What
Right,
role
right.
sports can play in that?
Yeah. So sports can be a really good stress buster. So I myself am an advocate for kids suffering from learning disability and going through mental illness, because me as a kid, I have been through dyslexia, dysgraphia, and very later on in a mature age of 13, I was discovered from this, like around not 13, I think more than that. I was in ninth standard, 8th or ninth standard, when I was discovered that I had dyslexia and dysgraphia. And
Okay.
for 4 years I did not get any medals or anything. And that's how, after coming to know what I had, the learning disability which I had, and how it was affecting my sports also and my daily life also, because I was not able to communicate. I was not able to communicate what I couldn't express, and I couldn't process what the person is saying. And I had a major fog in front of me. There was a lot of blurriness for me in life. And as we started to point the problem, we worked on a plan of action. We had counseling, constant counseling, and that was a turning point in my life. And sports during this entire time was a constant throughout
Sure.
before me coming to know I had dyslexia, from like till after I had dyslexia. And so the sports always, I still remember as a young kid, after the entire day until now, after the entire day of hectic work and lot of meetings and lot of paperwork and everything I do, at the end of the day when I'm swimming, if I'm getting to swim every day, it's an amazing stress buster for any person.
Okay.
So it can really help you calm down, it can really help you let that stress out, and it can
Relax.
really, yes, exactly, you can help you relax mentally. That's very important.
Physically as well as mentally. Sports makes us fitter. Right, right, right.
Exactly.
Absolutely right, sir. Thank you so much for this wonderful answer. And actually, it sounds quite funny. but we all are curious about this. Have you ever seen whale fish or shark or something like this while swimming in
Okay, I'll
Nayatara
be
Beach?
yeah. So while I am swimming the actual channel, it's me swimming and there's a boat next to me. Okay, and in the open water, what my job is to just keep swimming and look at the boat, and boat gives me the direction of my path, and all
Okay.
the scenarios, all the views is been enjoyed by my crew members, which is my father and people on the boat other than my father and my family. And so they have seen like whale very close to me. So I was swimming, there was a boat on my left side, and on the
Hmm.
left side of the boat there was a whale. There was a huge blue
Oh.
whale. Yes. And
Damn.
and yeah, and I have been around dolphins, like in Gibraltar there were a lot of dolphins around. I couldn't personally like visually see them, but they were next to me because I was more focused with swimming and I was looking at the boat. And there was one instance I remember where I was training in San Francisco for the round this Angel Island swim, round trip Angel Island, and this was a swim where I was training for that in the bay. And while training there, one day I was just in my changing room at the shore, and while changing in the changing room, while changing, a person comes to me limping, and when the person walks in, he's limping, and there's sudden discussion that he was actually bitten by a sea lion.
Oh.
And yes, and I was supposed to go in that water where he was being bitten by sea lion, and I was supposed to swim 4 hours that day
Oh
just to
my God.
train. And I was scared, and I entered the water, and I went a little further away from where we enter the water, and all of a sudden I sense that something is around me, and you get that feeling, you get the sensation of something is behind you or next to you. And
Oh.
I suddenly stopped, and I saw there is no swimmer around me. I again start swimming,
Okay.
and again I sense something, and I stop, I look up, and a head pops out in front of me, and it's a sea lion. And then I am scared now. There's one sea lion in front of me. Then there's another head that pops out on my left. Then there are two sea lions now. And then there's another head that pops out on my right. Now there are three sea lions staring right at me. And मैं धीरे धीरे float करते करते बाजू में हुआ, and बाजू में होके I just sprinted out. I just sprinted out back. Like I was 45 minutes in the water, and then I was like, okay, I'm done for the day. और नहीं कर रहा. And I got out of the water.
Okay.
Yeah, I have had
That's really
plenty
amazing.
of such
You know,
experiences. Yeah.
amazing, amazing. What was your experience from Dharamtar to Gateway of India?
So Dharamtar to Gateway of India was basically, it was like a training swim. मेरे लिए वो एक we considered it as a training swim, क्योंकि जो भी इंग्लिश चैनल करने जाता है, any Indian athlete goes to an English channel, he needs to experience, उसको एक experience करना पड़ता है something of same distance. And one of the legendary routes जो अब तक lot of legendary open water swimmers उन्होंने swim किया है, वो है धर्मतर to Gateway of India.
Okay.
And that's known among the swimming community. And we likewise, like any other aspiring open water swimmer, हम लोग ने भी सोचा before trying the English channel हम एक experience कर लेते हैं कि कैसा लगता है 35-33 किलोमीटर swim करना. And we plan to swim Dharamtar to Gateway. Now training for Dharamtar to Gateway, एक दिन ऐसा आया था when I was training for hours in the swimming pool. And as you know, as everybody in India knows, that कितना मुश्किल है to have an access to open water. बाहर समुद्र में जाके swim करना, like we don't have a beaches like US जहाँ पे हम सीधा walk in and we can swim in. There are certain rules we need to follow, and lifeguards are also like putting their life at risk. तो हम ऐसे ही walk in नहीं कर सकते beaches पे. So I was training in swimming pool, और मैं एक दिन ट्रेनिंग के लिए I entered the water at 10 p.m. at night. We switched off the lights, and मैं circle में swim कर रहा था. I was not touching the walls. I was just swimming in
Was
circles. Yes, and I was drinking every 1 hour while floating and not touching any surface. And this lasted till morning 6 a.m. From 10 p.m. to morning 6
oh
a.m.
my
without
God.
lights, I was continuously swimming in a swimming pool. Yeah, this was my
Oh my
training.
god.
Now, the actual Dharamtar Gateway swim, ऐसा था कि I was very excited and I was very energetic. और we started the swim at 3 a.m. in the morning and I was like कि कब चालू हो रहा है swim and कब मेरे को पानी में enter करने का मौका मिलेगा.
Excited, right?
Exactly, like like I trained, like that training was one of the most difficult training I have faced. One of the most difficult training
Right,
because the mental thing which you go through while swimming at one place again and again.
right.
So I started my swim at 3 a.m. in the at night, almost a morning, and I was blazing. I was going really fast because I was that prepared. My body was that prepared. और मेरे को पता था कि I can do this swim, and I can like I was confident about that swim
Yeah,
because I
yes,
had
yes.
prepared for that swim so much.
Right, right, right.
I was so fast that I was very much in within the record time. I was very close to the record time.
Record time.
And record time कुछ तो था 5 hours 36 minutes or something around that. और मैं swim करते करते I was so fast that I reached halfway, almost at the halfway in 2 hours 30 minutes. And then the daylight started coming out and we had two boats. एक boat मेरे लिए थी और एक boat पे there were other crew members who were shooting, who were there to cheer me up, and my family members and all were there. So the second boat गई Karanja ke udar to get some food for the entire crew. And now remember, this is the fisherman boat. Okay, these are big fisherman boat. Now fisherman boat are not as well equipped as the boats which we swim in abroad, or which we know, the boats which we use usually and which
Yeah,
we
yeah.
see on the
Just
screen.
for traveling, right, right.
Exactly. And these boats don't have navigation in them. And some have, but they don't work usually. They don't work with navigation. They have so much experience that they don't usually work with navigation. और एक boat गई and suddenly fog आ गया. It was
Oh
fog
my.
everywhere. And what happens is Dharamtar Gateway swim is starts from a creek and you go from the coastline, and then you enter the open water, but it's very much visible. Usually the gateway is visible, the buildings are visible, so a boat person can identify the route. But फॉग आने की वजह से वी जस्ट ड्रिफ्टेड अपार्ट. हम लोग कोई और डायरेक्शन में जाने लग गए एंड वी स्टार्टेड टू गो ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड which was away from the gateway,
Great.
and the other boat, which is big boat, which had a navigation system, was going to get the food, and then they were trying to find us and they were trying to communicate via phone, and you can't use the GPS on the open sea. You can't really identify that GPS because it's not a road. And we realized that we have lost our way completely when हम लोग पहुंचे ONGC refinery के यहाँ पे.
Right,
And
right.
then we were like, okay, we are gone the wrong way. Now जो record सोचा था मैं while swimming was out of my mind. We never thought of the record also, but still I was more eager to do it. And then we found the other boat and we got to the direction. It started raining. It was January and it was foggy. It was
Oh my
raining
god.
in between. There was something we never predicted. And luckily, and there was a point where there were dolphins near that in that
Again.
water. Yes,
Okay.
in that water there were dolphins and they were further away from us. But it's very surprising to know that we have dolphins in this water too. And in around 8 hours, I managed to finish my first ultra long distance swim, which was Dharamtar to Gateway. And it was a really good experience because it kind of prepared me mentally that anything can go wrong in such swims. So you have to be strong. तुम्हें सच
Right.
में बहुत strong रहना पड़ेगा ताकि अगर तुम इंग्लिश चैनल करने जा रहे हो तो ऐसे
Right.
challenges face करना ही पड़ेगा. So that swim was a real training session for me.
Okay, amazing, amazing. That means you are just familiar with this, whatever, the shark and blue whales and dolphins. You are just familiar because you are saying very normally. Even. Okay. I just want to know about that every situation has some obstacle, right? As you said, but I just want to what's your feeling at that time exactly on that that seconds. How was your feeling?
You mean during when I swim?
During that fog is coming,
Yes,
that
yes.
shark is there with blue whale is there with you, then how was
Right.
you feeling at that
It's
time?
a very nice question. So I'll explain you how my brain works. Um, it's first thing is like अगर आपको पता चलेगा कि हर एक सेकंड कैसे जा रहा है. If you
Right.
look at the clock and if you start to sense that every second passing by, so it becomes very difficult. Okay, and now what I do is I also have ADHDs, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And with that, my brain is very active. I'm very hyper, and especially while swimming, my brain is
Okay.
very active. So मैं जब swim कर रहा रहता हूँ, um, my focus is on swimming, but at the same time I need to go in a trance. Okay, in a form of a trance, जब जहाँ पे आपको टाइम कब चला जाए पता भी ना चले आफ्टर अ सर्टेन पॉइंट. फॉर मी सबके लिए अलग होता है. मेरे लिए 4 घंटे लगते हैं in my to get the proper rhythm and to get the trance in my head. 3 to 4 hours depending on my mood. And in when I'm in trance, at that time I take a feed, I start swimming from one feed to another feed. So feed, I'll explain what feed is. Feed is basically you float on the water. You're not allowed to touch the boat, and you have your energy drinks or anything you want to eat or drink, which needs to be in 20 seconds. If it's more than that, then your body, like your water will drift you apart and drift you
Okay.
away actually. So you won't be able to
Okay.
stay in the course. So we have it in 20 seconds, throw the bottle back and start swimming again. And mentally, I'm usually in a trance, but at the same time when the situations get really really bad, at that point I am mostly like कुछ भी हो जाए मैं गिव अप नहीं करूंगा. I'll
Right. Right.
be swimming till the time I don't have energy left in my body, and till the time I go unconscious, but I'll keep swimming. I
Just
would
don't
never
want to
give.
give up.
Yeah, never give up, because I remember this specific quote by Martin Luther King Jr., that he said that if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. Keep moving forward.
Keep
That's
moving.
as
That's amazing.
exactly.
Amazing.
That's as simple as it gets.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. That's really amazing. Thank you so much. Now I would like to ask Shubham parents, especially your mother. Uh, शुभमची आई नमस्कार पहिले तर.
नमस्कार.
मी आता सगळ्या ज्या घटना त्यांनी मला शेअर केल्या शुभमजींनी,
अच्छा.
खरंच ऐकताना अंगावर काटा आला की या सगळ्या गोष्टी फेस कराव्या लागल्या.
हा.
वडिलांच्या दृष्टीने तरी वडील एक म्हणतात ना की बाबा चला ठीक आहे करतील ऍडजस्ट, पण आईच्या ह्याच्याने तुम्ही कसं म्हणजे पाठवण्याचं धाडस कुठून आणलं? म्हणजे आई आपल्या मनाने थोडी स्ट्रॉंग नसते ऍज कम्पेअर टू फादर, तर ते तुम्ही कसं टॅकल केलं ती सिच्युएशन?
ऍक्च्युली ते असं मुलाला पाठवणं म्हणजे खरंच एक मोठं धाडस होतं. कोणत्याही आईला
तेच ना.
शक्यच नाही की आपल्या मुलाला एवढ्या मोठ्या अफाट समुद्रामध्ये
नाही
सोडून.
नाही नाही
पण त्याची आम्ही जिद्द बघितली, त्याचं पॉझिटिव्ह फिलिंग्स बघितल्या, त्याची मेहनत बघत होतो आम्ही. आणि कधीही असं आम्हाला तो वाटला नाही की निगेटिव्ह, किंवा आम्ही त्याला नेहमी पॉझिटिव्हच राहायला शिकवलं. आणि त्यामुळे मग त्याचं ट्रेनिंग बघून कधी वाटलं नाही की तो कम्प्लीट करणार नाही किंवा तो अयशस्वी होणार नाही करून. तो नक्कीच पार करणार.
राईट राईट.
तो कॉन्फिडन्स होता आणि त्याला एका शिखरावर पोहोचायचंच होतं. कारण लहानपणापासून तो स्ट्रगल करत होता प्रत्येक गोष्टीमध्ये. जसं त्याचं शिक्षणाच्या बाबतीत तो अतिशय पाठी होता, त्यामुळे मुलांमध्ये तो एवढा प्रसिद्ध नव्हता. कॉमन एक पॅरेंटला वाटत असतं की आपला मुलगा शिक्षणामध्ये थोडा तरी पुढे असावा करून, थोडंफार ऍव्हरेज तरी असावं, पण तो अजिबात नव्हता. आणि कारण त्याला ते लर्निंग डिसॅबिलिटी जे कळलं आम्हाला की 8वी नंतर कळलं की त्याला लर्निंग डिसॅबिलिटी आहे. त्यामुळे आम्ही त्याला ठरवलेलं की तुला जे शक्य आहे ते तू कर, तुला जे आवडतं ते कर. आम्ही नेहमीच त्याच्या पाठीशी राहिलो. तरी त्याला असं फोर्स नाही केला की तू अभ्यासच कर किंवा तू हेच कर तेच कर, असं कधीच सांगितलं नाही. त्यामुळे त्याला एक यशस्वी करायचंच होतं आणि त्याला ते सिद्ध करून दाखवायचं होतं की मी करून दाखवू शकतो. भले मला लर्निंग डिसॅबिलिटी असू दे, काही असू दे, पण मी ते करून दाखवणार. म्हणून त्या एक काळजावर दगड ठेवून आम्ही त्याला म्हणजे मी त्याला ते पाण्यात सोडलेलं की नाही तू करून दाखव आणि तो यशस्वी होणार. ही पॉझिटिव्ह फिलिंग माझी नेहमीच त्याच्या बरोबर असायची.
खरंच खूप म्हणजे सल्यूट आहे तुम्हाला तुमच्या त्या धाडसाला, त्याच्या देखील आणि तुमच्या देखील, कारण आई म्हणून हे एवढं मोठं पाऊल उचलणं खूपच धाडस. आणि मला दोघांना एक कॉमन क्वेश्चन विचारायचा आहे की म्हणजे तुमच्या आता पुढील अपेक्षा काय आहे शुभमजींकडून, की त्यांनी फ्युचर मध्ये आता काय गोल्स?
शुभमकडनं अशा अपेक्षा आम्ही कधीच ठेवल्या नाहीत की त्यांनी काहीतरी करावं, फक्त काहीतरी चांगला नागरिक व्हावा भारताचा, असं एक आमचं एक एक्सपेक्टेशन होतं. आणि त्यांनी आमच्या अपेक्षेपेक्षा खूप काही आम्हाला दिलेलं आहे. अपेक्षा फक्त त्याच्याकडनं ह्याच राहतील की आता त्यांनी जो टास्क हाती घेतलाय, जो डे बाय डे तो एक एक ओशन्स, एक एक टार्गेट्स त्याचे अचीव्ह करतोय, तर असेच टार्गेट त्यांनी कंटिन्युअस करत राहावं. म्हणजे जोपर्यंत करत राहतोय तोपर्यंत करत राहावं, टिल द म्हणजे जोपर्यंत त्याची मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ आणि फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ आहे तोपर्यंत त्यांनी ते करत राहावं.
उत्तर ऐकून अक्षरशः म्हणजे एक वेगळे पण जाणवलं तुमच्या दोघातही. कारण प्रत्येक पालकांना एक अपेक्षेची लिस्ट असतेच कायम, पण तुम्ही तसे नाही. तुम्ही जे आहेत ते फक्त पुढच्या पावलासाठी अभिनंदन देताय त्यांना. खूपच एकदम छान.
त्याच्यात एक अजून मी ऍडिशन करू इच्छितो की आम्ही जेव्हा हा स्विमिंग करायचा त्यावेळेस आम्ही नेहमी रेग्युलर स्विमिंग पूलवर आम्ही त्याची मम्मी रेग्युलर जायची, पण ती नेहमी म्हणायची अरे शुभमचा परफॉर्मन्स येत नाही. म्हटलं आपण परफॉर्मन्स पेक्षा तो एन्जॉय करतोय ते महत्वाचं आहे, ते बघूया. पुढे आज न उद्या तो एक वेळ आल्यानंतर तो परफॉर्मन्स करणारच आहे. आणि मी त्या स्विमिंग पूलवर बऱ्याच वेळेस आम्ही जायचो ना त्याला घेऊन लहान असताना, त्यावेळेस बघितलं पॅरेंट्स खूप छोट्या वयाच्या मुलांकडनं एक्सपेक्ट करतात, हा माझा मुलगा स्टेटला गेला पाहिजे, माझा मुलगा नॅशनल खेळला पाहिजे, माझा मुलगा इंटरनॅशनल खेळला पाहिजे. त्यांचं ती विचार करण्याची पातळीच नसते की आपल्याला नॅशनल काय आणि इंटरनॅशनल काय, आणि तेवढ्यात त्यांना अंडर 10, अंडर 12, अंडर 14 ह्या वयामध्ये त्यांना मोठे मोठे अचिव्हमेंटची स्वप्न पडलेली असतात पालकांना, आणि त्याच्यासाठी त्यांच्या मागे एवढे पळत असतात, त्यांच्यासाठी नाही हे का झालं ते का झालं. तर ते जरा पॅरेंटनी वगैरे थांबवलं तर भारत आपला नक्कीच या क्रीडा क्षेत्रामध्ये खूप पुढे निघून जाईल.
फक्त मुलांवर विश्वास ठेवा, त्यांना जे करायचं ते करू द्या, ते नक्कीच शिखर गाठतील, यशाचे शिखर त्यांच्या जवळ नक्कीच येतील.
त्यांच्या ॲबिलिटीवर विश्वास ठेवा.
आपल्याला मुलांच्या सोबत आधारस्तंभ म्हणून.
आणि दुसरं म्हणजे आम्ही शुभमकडनं खूप शिकलो, कारण तो इतका पॉझिटिव्ह असायचा प्रत्येक वेळेला. मी आपली दर शनिवारी त्यांच्या कॉम्पिटिशनला घेऊन जायची त्याला, सगळे बोचकी बांधून सगळे खायचं वगैरे घेऊन. त्याला कधीच मेडल मिळायचं नाही, सगळे मुलांची आई मेडल वगैरे घेऊन यायच्या. थोडंसं वाईट वाटायचं, पण तो पण सांगायचा नाही मम्मी नेक्स्ट टाइम करूया.
आम्ही दुसऱ्यांच्या मुलांसाठी टाळ्या
वाजवायचो. ती पॉझिटिव्ह फिलिंग आम्ही त्याच्याकडनं शिकलो खूप. म्हणजे त्याच्याकडनंच पॅरेंटिंग आमचं झालंय का तसं बघायला.
मस्तच. नाही खरंच खूपच बरं वाटलं तुमच्याशी बोलून. आणि तुमच्यासारखे आई वडील सगळ्यांच्या आई वडिलांनी असाच विचार केला पाहिजे, जेणेकरून मुलांना मोटिवेशन मिळेल आणि त्यांचा एक आधारस्तंभ म्हणून उभं राहिलं पाहिजे कायम. खूपच धन्यवाद. मस्त छान वाटलं बोलून.
थँक्यू.
All right. Right said, even though your parents come to know about your learning disability, I would like to share with every parent today that if your child is facing some problems, what they need is your support. I would like to appreciate Shubham's parents who stood with him physically, emotionally, and financially as well. Thank you so much. Now coming back to Mr. Shubham sir. Now what are your long-term goals?
So, for me, my goal is basically to be swimming across the world. Anyways, I'm swimming across the world right now also. But now I have to go a step forward. I have to go to a level and achieve things that people never thought is possible to achieve. I am planning to swim certain swims. I have some routes in my head which I would be swimming in future, where nobody has ever attempted, nobody has ever thought of swimming that. And we are actually working towards it. We are working really hard every single day of planning it, because when you think about a swim which nobody has ever attempted, so you have to you have to know the fact that nobody knows what they are going to face. Not the pilot, not the official, nobody knows what they will be facing, or nobody knows what circumstances they will be going through, or what sea animal there would be, or what dangers we have. So we are planning to do something very extraordinary. I can't reveal as of now since we are still in process, and working on a lot of things behind the swim. And once we are ready with it, we'll definitely be disclosing and on my social media handles and my Facebook handle. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much and best wishes for all these things, future goals.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure was mine.
So now I would like to know about your opinion on Indian sports growth.
My personal opinion on Indian sports is that it has a massive potential to grow. And especially in the when you ask me from for my exact my sport, or as in general if we specify endurance sports, then India has tremendous potential to conquer, because Indian body is known the suffering, knows the pain, and we are hard, like we are hardcore. Indian body
Right.
बहुत strong रहती है. So India has that potential to grow ahead in sports, and it is kind of growing nowadays. There are a lot of things that have been
They are
developed.
growing, right?
Yes, we have more facilities than what we had, and definitely जो growth अभी फिलहाल है वो पहले से काफी ज्यादा है. And yeah, I am very much positive that our future in sports is very bright. I would just like to inform others that don't only look at sports from so seriously from career point of view only. Look at sports in order to enjoy sport, and in order to be healthy, be fit, and only then the sport will grow.
Okay, absolutely, absolutely right, sir. Uh, Now that fitness topic is coming right now, so sir, so many people are confused what fitness actually means.
Right.
Most of the college students, I saw so many students that they want that six packs app. That means you are fit, like us Bollywood celebrities. That is a rumor,
Right.
but I just want to know about your opinions so they can understand.
So I'll tell you something that my even when it comes to me, even though I'm however fit I am, when we have a team basically working behind us. हमारे पीछे एक पूरी टीम रहती है, physiotherapist,
Everything.
dietitian, pathology lab, which actually takes my blood test and does testing on me, and like comes to know like where I lack. And when I was actually introduced to pathology lab, and there is a psychology team also. Like I have a sports counselor who works on my mental health, and the coach is the most important. But when it comes to fitness, you need to know your body very well. You need to know how fitness for me, I would describe it as something like you can do anything at any point related to physical fitness or mental fitness. You should be that you should build yourself in a certain way where you can just get up and do it. If somebody says go run a 5 kilometers, and then you just get up and you can run a 5 kilometers without breaking a sweat, that's what fitness is for me. Fitness for me is pushing your body to extreme capacities. For example, like to test your body, because the body, your human body, can adapt to anything you give it, and nobody's
Absolutely.
perfectly fit. Because when it comes to me also, when we did the blood test and all, I discovered that I had deficiency in vitamin D and vitamin
Right.
C and multiple things. So nobody's always 100% fit, and fitness is not only about appearance, it's about how your body is internally.
How you are feeling, right?
Exactly.
Now I just want to know about who is your inspiration or the role model.
uh, my inspiration and role model has always been my father, because he has always been that person to give back to the sports, give back to the community, and that's the most important thing, to basically give back what you have got. So we personally try to give back to the community, try to give back to the country as much as we can. For example, like me doing swims, is the motto behind doing these swims is to spread awareness about learning disability, is to spread awareness about mental health issues, because this gives me a medium to tell out others. Like right now, this is one of the medium where I can share. And because I am an athlete, I am able to share this and to spread out a message that if I can do it, your kid can definitely do it too. And we have also written a book, like my parents have written a book called Oceans Calling, and in English and in Marathi, it's called Mala Lat Hoyche, where they have done their job of giving back to the community and where they have given a perspective of a parent of how to grow, how to uh, handle an athlete or how to deal with the kid when he's an athlete. So yeah, my father has always been the role model.
Bonding between you is really amazing because you are giving credit to him, and they are giving credit to you. That's really amazing. So I would like to ask that what's the contribution of sports in COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, so the contribution, like, can you elaborate the question a little?
What's the contribution? Like we can do yoga for
Right, right,
improve
right. Yeah,
immunity. So
exactly, exactly. So, like you said, the sports builds an athlete's fundamentals and builds a foundation of an athlete, of a person, I mean. And being fit is going to definitely help you fight the COVID better. And especially during these times, you have to make sure that you are moving. You have to make sure that you're doing something or the other at home and keeping yourself fit. It can be keeping yourself fit via yoga and keeping yourself mentally fit via meditation. It can be keeping yourself fit via whatever workout you do at home, whatever suits you.
right,
Yeah,
right,
so it is being active right now is most crucial according to me.
right. And sports can help us in every situation, right?
Exactly,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Now everything is stopped, like tournaments, practice, fitness center, everything is stopped. So what do you think about sports after COVID-19?
It's definitely going to take a toll on every athlete, be it any sport, and especially for swimmer because the swimmer needs the feel of water, and without the because it's a kind of a skill game. If you don't have the
Right,
feel of water, no matter how much endurance you have, no matter how much strength you have, the world's strongest man cannot be the world's fastest swimmer. So that's there. It's a skill game. So it's going to affect us definitely, but then an athlete's ability is to how fast he can recover, and definitely every single athlete out there is going to bounce back from this pandemic. It is going to affect us, but I'm very positive that every athlete will be bouncing back from this.
that's really amazing. Thank you so much for this answer. We have very interesting question that we have read about that ice practice you have done, and
Right.
we are very curious about this. Can you just tell
Yes,
about that?
yes. So this is one of the swim which has been talked about the most amongst the like swimming community globally. Because what we did was to acclimatize the body. So body needs to adapt to the cold water. And
Right,
because the swims I do, lot of swims, like 90% of the swims which I have done, 90 to 95% of the swims are all in cold waters. And the cold water swimming is a different ball game altogether because आपका body can't stand the cold to that
right,
level. जब पानी 12 डिग्री सेल्सियस वगैरह रहता है, 10 डिग्री सेल्सियस, 12 डिग्री सेल्सियस, body goes in shock. Body goes in the hypothermic shock, and when the hypothermia hits you, it can really do major damages, and it can be a life and death situation in hypothermia where the cold goes to your brain. And
right,
we have lost a lot of swimmers in hypothermia, and so it's one of the very difficult things while doing open water swims is to maintain your body temperature while swimming in a cold water without a wetsuit, and it's just a
right,
V-cut costume, so you don't have any protection from the cold, and that too for so many hours. So maintain that energy throughout the 12 hours to produce heat also and to move faster also. And it's not possible to in India to find that kind of a climate, that kind of a
Right,
water
right, right, right.
temperature.
Water.
Exactly, especially being from Mumbai before the English Channel, the only cold water I had ever felt was in my shower without a geyser on. That was the only cold water I ever felt. And when I went for the English Channel, it was an insane experience, but it took me 2 months to adapt in it. And so I was staying in English Channel for staying at the UK for 2 months, and to get used to that water. First day I lasted 7 minutes, and the last day I was swimming 8 hours in that water over the period of 2 months. And to get that climate here in India, we did an experiment by putting ice in the water and swim in it for 4 hours. And what we did was we took 10 ton of ice. We ordered 10 ton of ice, and we
Right.
placed the ice. So we figured out that the ice won't stay at one place. It will be moving here and there, and
Moving. Right.
it will keep hitting me while swimming. So what we did was we designated 2 lanes, like 3 lanes. In one lane there was a block of ice. A lane in between was for me to swim, and then a lane on my right was again a block of ice. So the lanes were basically keeping the floating lanes. They were keeping the ice at one place, and from the both the side, and it was making the water in between cold. And that's how we managed to acquire around, I'm not sure, I think it was 14 degrees Celsius or something,
Oh.
the water temperature. And we did a 4 hour swim, and it was a good experience. There were a lot of people over there who could actually come to see me swim, and it was in a swimming pool, so it was a really fun thing to do.
So whatever the obstacle coming in the competition day, you just make it on the practice session.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
really amazing. What came to your mind while that 12 hours journey? Exactly. Have you ever feel that pressurized or something? Give up?
Yeah, so when we swim for 12 hours, 14 hours, or how many, like whatever time it is, I remember during the English Channel, around halfway, like usually in my talks, I tell people about my experiences, and to just give a gist of how it was in my English Channel in the short time, is that after the half of the swim, I had lost both my legs. So both my legs were not working halfway in the swim, in 5 hours basically. And around 6 hours I was right in between the English Channel, and we were told that the weather is going to be really good, but the predictions were wrong. There were 12 swimmers out that day, and halfway in the swim, around 6 swimmers or 7 swimmers had already quit the swim because of the weather, and we were just pushing through. And 6 hours in, and my legs were not working because of multiple reasons of injury, and one leg got hammered by the propeller while taking the feed, and I kept on swimming on my shoulders, and there were a lot of jellyfishes till after 6 hours. They were like every 3 to 4 stroke I was hitting a jellyfish, and they were giving me that shock.
Again?
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, that was the jellyfish. The jellyfish is there in every swim, and that's the buddy of every open water swimmer, which we face.
That's why I said, all
Yeah,
that things are just common for you.
yeah. And yeah, but till 10 hours, I was mentally also very fit during the 10 hours. Physically, I was there. My body had the capacity to swim 10 hours because I had swum the 8 hours, and I pushed it 2 hours more, and body had that within itself that it can swim that 10 hours. But after 10 hours, my body had no energy left in it. And my body had slowly started to give up. And I was slipping into hypothermia because the body didn't have the energy to produce heat. Forget swimming, the body wasn't producing heat. And my body
Right.
was going into hypothermic shock, and my eyes were rolling up. And I was slowly
Oh
feeling
my God.
dizzy after 10 hours. But then until 10 hours, it was all physical strength. But after 10 hours, it was all mental strength. My mentally, I was all throughout the swim. I was like, no matter what goes, how it goes, I am going to make this
I
swim.
have
I'm
to
going
do.
to finish this
Right.
swim. And the only way I would ever be on the boat would be either I collapse while swimming and they have to rescue me, or the weather goes so bad the official just cancels the swim and asks us to redo the swim later on. And I kept on swimming, and mentally it was like we say, bend your mind and your body follows. That's a
Right.
perfect term for it. And my body just kept moving like a robot. I was just swimming, and somehow I managed in 12 hours 42 minutes my English channel. And yeah, this is what goes on in the head while doing the long swims, because you have to be very mentally very fit.
Amazing. It's everything about the mental fitness. We need physical fitness also, but
Exactly.
that end point, that we have to be mentally fit.
Exactly.
Right,
For
right.
something
Thank you
like
so much.
English channel, at the end, the current goes against you. The current goes actually
Right.
sideways, and you don't have energy to push through it. So at that time, nothing but mental health, like mental fitness, is going to
Helps
help you.
us.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. That's really amazing. It's everything is inspirational and amazing. We
Thank
can
you.
go on and on, but we almost reaching the timeline of what we do.
Yeah.
So I just want to, you know, any motivational lines for our students from your side.
Like I said earlier, the what the great Martin Luther King Jr. said: if you can't fly,
Okay,
run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But keep moving forward.
keep
And
moving.
yeah,
That's
no
the
matter
life.
what you face in your life, just keep moving forward. And one day you will achieve success, because at the end of the day, even a slow progression is also a progression. Never forget that.
Yes, right, right,
Yeah.
right. Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Shubham sir. Definitely your story would be inspiration and helpful for our students out there. We are really had a great time with all of you. On behalf of Kridangan, wishing you the best luck for your future, and we really proud of you and your parents too.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And thank you so much, coordinators, seniors, and the audience for your valuable time. And again, thank you so much, Kridangan, for this wonderful session. Stay healthy, stay fit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
थँक यू सो मच. धन्यवाद तुम्हाला देखील.